What's good, y'all? This is Mr. Triple H himself, aka His Healthy Habits. And what we're doing is a review, an honest review of the Path to Prosperity Conference, hosted by Marvin Mitchell, Storm Leroy, and Ash Cash, aka the Trifecta. I'm going to give y'all all the pros and cons, and basically we're going to narrow down and see was it worth or is it worth your investment.
You must educate yourself.
To aggregate like-minded people in one room is courageous.
You want to be careful who you partner with. Mm-hmm. You want them to bring something to the table. And it's not always capital. Sometimes it's relationships. Sometimes it's platform. Sometimes it's influence. But you want to be careful who you partner with. You want your partner to bring to the table whatever you are not. So you do not partner with your strength. You partner with your weaknesses. Okay? Because if you partner with your strength, they're going to compete with you. If you partner with your weakness, they're going to complete you.
No, this is the first time that we've ever done something like this before. And you look around, this is one of the best conferences that anybody has ever been to, because we decided that we were going to be premium, and we decided that the people deserved it.
If you guys don't find your path to prosperity, guess what? It's a path to poverty. Pig. If you guys don't find your path to prosperity, guess what? It's a path to poverty. Pig.
Honestly, y'all, like, boys was dropping bars. If you was looking for inspiration, sheesh, I'm telling y'all, it was stacked with major inspiration for the P2P conference. But of course, you had the keynote powerhouse speakers TD Jakes and Grant Cardone as the headliners. But you cannot negate the other speakers like Jeremy Anderson, who brought major inspiration. Darius Daniels was dropping major gems. Even the MC for the first day, which is Sarah Fontenay. And to ignite the event, they bought Nick, which was a great way to start off the event and provide major inspiration.
I was gonna say, hey, sit down. You don't even know if I'm good yet. You can sit down. It's all right. How many of you ready? You ready to fire it up? Say yes. Yeah. Oh.
Not just inspiration. For somebody like myself, I go for more of the informational tips, the practical tips. And what I mean by informational tips or techniques or strategies are basically things that you can take and leave the conference with and apply immediately. You have people like David Shands, one of the top podcasters in the entrepreneurial realm right now, that's on YouTube and giving great tips. He's actually one of the big reasons why I came to the conference. You also had somebody like Carter Cofield. A lot of people may not be familiar with yet, but best believe his name will be a very big name here in the future in the industry, who gives amazing tax tips, techniques, and strategies for personal and business taxes. And you had even somebody like Derek Harper on the panel who was giving so many great informational tips in regards to wealth generation. And these are people you may not be familiar with now, but if you go on Instagram and you follow them on YouTube, you'll see they're giving great information. And then you had someone like Myron Golden, like I said, kind of like the godfather to a lot of these people who were on stage and were speaking, giving great informational and inspirational tips. Even with just the trifecta themselves, from Stormy and Ash and Marvin, those three actually could have held it down by themselves by just hosting a conference. But to bring all these additional people made it actually even better. My favorite actually was Ash Cash. He provided 16 steps that were super practical when it came to applying or starting or writing your first book, onto being able to actually be on stage like he was, or start your own conference if those were your goals. Between Stormy, Marvin, and Ash, I kind of just like the balance they had, because it kind of depended on where you are at currently or what your goals were. Prospectively, being an entrepreneur, what you wanted to achieve. Each of them brought a great balance and a different perspective from each of the trifecta's experience. first things first, let's go over the pricing for the conference. So they had 3 tiers, and basically the first tier was general, and that ticket for the general ticket was $547. And what that included, basically, of course, was general admission. You got a Path to Prosperity swag bag, and that was basically the main thing. Also, that Thursday evening at the conference, you were able to get into kind of like the mixer or the meet and greet. They also had different tiers for like the food, for the lunches and the dinners, and so different rooms. So of course they had a general room, and then the other 2 tiers based off, you know, the tickets you bought. Now on the next tier up, you had the platinum ticket price, which was $2,747, and in the platinum tier, of course, you got everything that was included in the general admission, but then you were also able to have special seating, which was a little bit closer to the stage. Of course, there was a VIP meet and greet with the PTP founders. You also were given a Prosperity swag bag, and then also that Friday night they had a Prosperity Ball, which is basically like a black tie event. And if you had either the platinum or the diamond tickets, you were able to get into that event. And also the lunch or the food room was different for the platinum tier versus the general admission tier. And then the last tier was the diamond tier, and the diamond tier was $4,997.
Oh my God!
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. After seeing that price initially, you know, I was like, whoa. The way my pockets is set up, you know, it was definitely a big investment. But honestly, after going to the event and seeing everything that was offered with that tier, I actually think they lowballed it, you know. I went to actually the Invest Fest, and y'all can check that video out on the channel too. I did a review about the Invest Fest, and seeing what Ash, Stormy, and Marvin offered with that top tier package, man, I promise y'all they gave a lot. And for the diamond tier, of course, it included everything within the general and the platinum. But with the diamond tier, you were able to have exclusive seating. I noted like they had special couches at the front for the diamond tier. Participants also, you got entrance to all the events. So again, it started that Thursday evening with the meet and greet. I liked how they really gave everybody a couple of drink tickets for the meet and greet that Thursday while everybody was getting in. Friday, of course, the black tie event. You had a special room for the diamond participants who were also given like special food, you know, and preference to their like the luncheons, and then also which was in the diamond lounge. And also, you know, there was a power lunch with the Q&A. We had the VIP introduction dinner and the VIP meet and greet, of course. You are also able to get exclusive backstage access, the Prosperity Ball, and then last but not least was the yacht party, which I wasn't able to go on because, again, myself, I just had the general admission tickets, but I did ask a couple people about it, and, man, they said the efforts were super dope for what the PTP team put together, you know, for the diamond. So was it worth it? Yeah, they, you know, for the people I spoke to who spoke about the diamond and the platinum, they definitely liked it. I also saw that like they were giving special backpacks, and which was super dope. Also like a Letterman's jacket that had the PTP, which again, it was actually great for marketing, because after the event was over, I saw several of the people from the conference who had the Letterman on, and I was able to kind of speak to them just because I saw that they had those particular Letterman and backpacks on, which was super dope. So which they didn't even put on here, which I liked, and I loved it. So probably next time, if I could afford it, I'm definitely going to try and shoot for that top platinum ticket. From my honest opinion, you know, it was just, again, great to get in the room with so many like-minded people who are aligned with, you know, the thought processes of trying to learn more about the wealth processes that we're beginning, the wealth strategies, techniques, and actually everything outside of that too, you know. Of course, the platinum and diamond had its perks, but again, if you're one of those people who think you need to get the knowledge and resources of the PTP conference, no. Honestly, it was a lot of us in that general category. Man, I loved how during the luncheons, a lot of us, you know, convened at different tables. You're able to network and get to know different people. And honestly, even with the conference, there wasn't like a separation or a distinguishable division just because you bought tickets. Everybody was convening, communicating, and coming together, networking, and getting to know each other, which I really, really loved. You know, it wasn't like, oh, hey, thou art is better than because I have the platinum or diamond. And what I even love most about it is you also saw a lot of the speakers in this particular conference coming in, and after the event or after their presentation or they actually were interacting with a lot of the people within the audience within the conference, which you don't always see at a lot of these conferences, because usually, again, that is reserved specifically for the higher tier tickets. But what I love, like, again, after the event, you saw Ash Cash, you saw Storm Leroy, you saw Marvin in the area in the front where everybody was convening before they left and connecting and communicating and taking pictures and just really just, you know, being a part of the PTP community, which I really, really love. And if you're watching this and you attended the conference, whether you had, you know, general admission, the diamond or the platinum, let me know in the comments below what you thought about the perks for each particular tier and each ticket. So for those looking forward to the next conference, they'll kind of know and be able to gauge which one they want based off their preference and, you know, financial feasibility.
Conference work. Every single speaker has a purpose at their particular time. So if you're missing a 9 o'clock speaker, you're going to be lost on the 10 o'clock speaker. Because we're building a path to prosperity. So the morning speaker, what's it saying? Early is on time. On time and late. And late is unacceptable, y'all. Let's go. But they're saying, I don't want to leave.
Hey.
But I gotta go.
So the pros about this conference, like I said, it was very, very intimate compared to a lot of the other conferences I attended, like InvestFest, which I think InvestFest like had about 15,000. This one, you know, was a couple hundred, which was nothing wrong with it. The attendance didn't reflect like the caliber of the information and the inspiration that was being given, because it was just as much as top tier from all the speakers and the panelists and the keynote headliners that, you know, attended the event. So don't let that deter you from attending. Pros, man, which I really loved is also it felt like a real intimate family. Like everybody that was there, you know, was open to associating and networking, and, you know, was there for the right reasons, to build, to grow, to learn. Again, another pro, what I really love was that you saw a lot of the speakers after they got done come on the floor. A lot of the hosts come on the floor and interact and connect with the PTP, interact and connect with the P2P community, which I love. You know, got to meet Ash, Storm, got to meet Marvin, you know, one-on-one, and they showed mad love. So cons, I mean, really cons is the only thing where I say, like, the hotel, the Diplomat, you want to make sure that you book in advance if they're going to have that there again. They didn't really have room service, which, you know, we was kind of thirsty after partying real hard, you know, one night. So I would honestly say, you know, make sure you get, you know, some food and some snacks if you are going to stay at the Diplomat. Honestly, man, I actually wish, you know, we had had more time to go out, man. It was a great conference, 2-day, 3-day, you know, I know it can only be so long, but I think other than that, wasn't many cons. I love that, you know, it was in Florida. We were able to, you know, leave the resort and go kind of venture off to the local scenery in Fort Lauderdale, because it was in Hollywood, Florida. And, man, other than that, man, it was a great conference. They already announced that they're going to be conducting another conference in 2023. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that. It is on the website. I'll definitely be there. So hopefully I'll see y'all there. If you see me, you know, tap me on my shoulder, say hi. Again, this is Mr. Triple H himself, aka His Healthy Habits. And, you know, just trying to spread the love of financial health, emotional health, physical health, and just have that true balance between oneself, and know that you're not alone in this, and we're all trying to get towards being the next best version of ourselves. So I'll see you again Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you for watching.